The morning sunlight streamed through the half-open curtains, spilling warmth over the familiar clutter of my small apartment. I blinked sleepily, still tangled in my blanket, listening to the distant hum of traffic outside. Today, like many others, should have felt ordinary. But ordinary had become impossible. My name is Alex, 23, and I've carried a secret for years. One I'd buried so deep even I sometimes forgot it existed. I loved crossdressing. Not for attention, not for anyone else, but for the thrill of slipping into a side of myself I couldn't express otherwise. The soft fabrics, the delicate touch of makeup, the sway of a skirt, it all felt like freedom. And yet, I'd never let anyone see. Not friends, not coworkers, not even her. Her name is Lily. She was my crush, my neighbor since childhood. The girl I thought I'd never have the courage to speak honestly to. Smart, beautiful, with a laugh that made my chest ache and a teasing smile that always caught me off guard. We'd always been close, but in that just friends kind of way that kept me yearning quietly, secretly. Most people saw me as normal, maybe a little reserved, but nothing out of the ordinary. I worked at a graphic design studio, spending hours hunched over my tablet, lost in lines, colors, and fonts. My coworkers knew me as diligent, focused, and polite. No one could guess the double life I lived in my apartment, where lace and silk waited patiently for my return. The day I found out Lily had discovered my secret began innocently. I was sitting at my kitchen table, finishing the delicate touch-ups on a pastel dress I had been working on, when I heard a knock at the door. My heart skipped. I wasn't expecting anyone. I peeked through the peephole and froze. There she was, standing with a look of surprise, maybe even amusement. "Alex," she called, her voice uncertain but warm. "Can we talk?" My stomach flipped. How did she know? Had she seen me last night when I know that couldn't be? But the moment I opened the door, her eyes flicked to the table, to the fabric, to the makeup kit I'd carelessly left open. You like this?" she asked, a hint of curiosity mixed with something I couldn't read. Acceptance, teasing, intrigue? My mouth went dry. "Yes," I admitted, feeling my cheeks flush. I like dressing like this. It's me." She blinked, processing, and then her face softened. I think it's kind of amazing," she said, her voice low. "I didn't expect it, but I like that you're honest about it. Actually, I kind of want to see it, if you want me to." Time seemed to stop. My heart pounded so loudly, I was sure she could hear it. "Really?" I whispered, barely daring to believe. She nodded, stepping inside. "Really? But we have to be careful. No one can know." And just like that, the dynamic between us shifted. The person I'd admired from afar was now standing in my living room, intrigued by my secret, not repelled by it. It was a thrill unlike anything I had ever felt, and fear mingled with desire in ways I couldn't separate. Over the next hour, Lily helped me pick a dress, adjusted the straps, and even guided me through a few tips for subtle makeup. Every brushstroke, every laugh we shared, every nervous glance was a mixture of intimacy and suspense. I felt exposed, yet exhilarated, every inch of my being alive in a way it hadn't been before. As I looked in the mirror, seeing myself reflected with her approval beside me, a strange thought crept into my mind. This wasn't just a secret anymore. This was a connection, a bond forged in something intensely private and personal. Lily didn't judge, didn't mock, she embraced it. And somehow, the idea that she could like me, truly like me in this form, was intoxicating. And yet, danger lingered. Each noise outside, each unexpected knock at the door, could expose everything. The thrill of secrecy, combined with the heat of our shared closeness, made my heart race. Could this relationship exist in the light of day? Or were we dancing on the edge of discovery, a single slip away from disaster? I swallowed hard, meeting her eyes in the mirror. I trust you," I said. She smiled softly, almost conspiratorially. "I know, and I won't tell anyone. This is our secret for now." That simple phrase cemented the tension, excitement, fear, desire, and secrecy all wrapped into one delicate, fragile moment. I had never felt so alive and so vulnerable at the same time. In that instant, I realized something that would change everything. Lily wasn't just my crush anymore. She was my confidant, my accomplice, my secret admirer. And I, Alex, was no longer entirely just Alex. I was Riley, my hidden self, stepping into a world I had only dreamed about, guided by the girl who had always been my fantasy. The introduction closed on that charged, electric note. The foundation was set. Secret desires, a newfound closeness with Lily, the thrill of transformation, and the delicate danger of being discovered. From here, the suspense, romance, and emotional tension would only escalate. The days following Lily's discovery were a whirlwind. Every moment I spent with her was a mix of exhilaration and terror. I was no longer just Alex behind closed doors. I was Riley when she was around. Every outfit I tried, every brush of makeup, every careful step in heels carried the weight of secrecy. But Lily's presence made it intoxicating. At first, I wrestled with shame. Even though Lily accepted me, the outside world could never know. Friends, neighbors, coworkers, they could never see this side of me. My stomach knotted every time I heard someone approaching the apartment. And yet, a thrilling excitement surged beneath the anxiety. The first time Lily adjusted a skirt's hem, brushing her fingers lightly against my skin, my heart leapt. Her touch, gentle and encouraging, made me feel beautiful in ways I never had before. I realized that being Riley wasn't just about clothing or makeup. It was about embodying a version of myself that had always been hidden and having someone witness it safely. The process of becoming Riley was meticulous. Lily helped me pick outfits that flattered my frame, guiding me on colors and patterns. Each dress brought a new layer of confidence and vulnerability. The first time I slipped into a soft pastel dress, my reflection startled me. The soft fabric hugged my shoulders, the skirt swaying lightly with every tentative step. My hands trembled as I applied mascara under Lily's careful instruction, watching my eyes appear larger, softer, more inviting. The heels were the hardest. Every step threatened balance, but Lily held my hand, guiding me. Slowly. Feel this way. Let your body relax, she whispered. I had never moved like this before. Every small motion felt alien, yet powerful. My reflection in the mirror stared back at me, a blend of Alex and Riley, delicate and strong at once. Our clandestine meetings were filled with tension. Every noise outside, the clatter of a neighbor dropping something, a car engine starting, made my pulse spike. I learned to move cautiously, to hear Lily's soft laughter and my own nervous giggles without alerting anyone else. One afternoon, we decided to venture out to a nearby cafe. I dressed fully as Riley, my nerves vibrating with every step. Lily held my hand, a grounding force as we navigated the streets. Each glance from passers-by sent shivers through me. I felt exposed, yet Lily's smile reassured me. No one can see like I do, she whispered. But even as the thrill surged, anxiety gnawed at me. What if someone recognized me? What if my coworkers were here? Every pedestrian could be a threat, every reflection in a window a reminder that my secret was fragile. Through these moments, my bond with Lily deepened. She wasn't just accepting of Riley, she was invested in helping me explore her fully. Every shared glance, every whispered compliment, every playful tease built intimacy. The thrill wasn't just in crossdressing, it was in being known, understood, and desired in this hidden identity. Yet I also began to realize the danger of attachment. My feelings for Lily were growing, entwined with the identity of Riley. Could she love me if she only knew one side? And if anyone else found out, would everything shatter? One evening, we were practicing makeup when the apartment door creaked unexpectedly. My pulse skyrocketed. I had left a window slightly open, and a neighbor's had peeked through. I froze, clutching a brush in my hand. Lily's calm voice broke through. "Stay still. Let me handle this." She opened the door slightly and greeted the neighbor casually, weaving a harmless excuse for my presence. The danger passed, but my heart didn't calm for hours. That close call reminded me how delicate our secret was and how exhilarating the risk could feel. Mirrors became both allies and obstacles. Each reflection reminded me of duality, the fragile balance between Alex and Riley. My skirts, heels, and makeup weren't just accessories. They were symbols of transformation and vulnerability. One evening, a high heel slipped beneath the couch, and the anxiety of retrieving it without being seen reminded me how easily everything could collapse. Even my voice carried tension. Speaking softly, as Riley required constant attention, a single slip could expose me. Each whispered word to Lily, each laugh, each sigh was laden with suspense, deepening emotional stakes. By this point, I realized that the thrill of crossdressing was inseparable from my emotional connection with Lily. She wasn't just witnessing Riley, she was part of the transformation itself. Her presence made the vulnerability exhilarating. Every secret smile, every hidden compliment, every lingering touch heightened both desire and tension. And yet, every thrill carried fear. What if she discovered something about Alex that she didn't like? What if I lost control of this fragile balance? The week had grown tense with anticipation. Each time I left the apartment as Riley, my pulse raced, my hands shook, and my mind replayed every possible scenario of being discovered. Yet Lily's presence made me fearless in ways I hadn't known. She guided me through each step, whispering encouragement, steadying me when my balance wavered in heels, and reminding me that no one else could see me like she did. It started innocently enough, a surprise visit from my coworker, Daniel. He was dropping by to return some files I'd forgotten at work. I hadn't expected anyone today, and I was fully dressed as Riley, hair cascading softly over my shoulders, wearing a delicate dress Lily had chosen for me. My heart raced as I scrambled for a hiding place. Lily's eyes met mine, calm but warning me. "Stay still," she whispered. Daniel's knock was firm. "Alex, are you home?" I froze, clutching a small clutch bag in my trembling hands. Every breath felt loud. Lily opened the door slightly, just enough to speak. "He's, not feeling well. He's upstairs resting." Daniel looked confused, but left, muttering something about checking back later. I exhaled shakily, realizing how close I had come to exposure. That incident only intensified the anxiety. Each moment with Lily became more precious, but also more dangerous. I noticed how deeply I was relying on her, not just for emotional support, but for survival of my secret. One evening, Lily suggested we go to a small cafe nearby. I hesitated, fear pulsing through me, but the thrill of being seen as Riley in public, with her beside me, was irresistible. We walked hand in hand, each step a careful balance between elegance and caution. Every passerby's glance made my heart skip. I caught reflections in the windows, imagining coworkers or neighbors recognizing me. Lily squeezed my hand, whispering, "No one can see like I do. Trust me." The tension peaked when, on our way back, a neighbor almost recognized me. I had to duck into an alley, holding my breath, heels scraping the pavement. Lily pressed close, guiding me, her presence anchoring me. My pulse felt like it would burst, yet the thrill of evading discovery made my heartbeat soar. Back in the apartment, I collapsed onto the sofa, trembling. Lily knelt beside me, brushing hair from my face. "See? Nothing happened. You're safe with me," she murmured. But safety was temporary. I realized the duality of my life. Alex at work, Riley with Lily, was a fragile line I was walking. One slip, one misstep, could unravel everything. Later that night, I stood before the mirror, adjusting a delicate necklace Lily had given me. My reflection was Riley, soft, vulnerable, yet radiant. But a loose strand of wig hair fell across my cheek, reminding me how precarious this identity was. I held my breath, fixing it carefully. Every brush, every flick of mascara, every sway and heel symbolized not just transformation, but risk. Lily watched silently, her gaze a mixture of admiration and concern. "You're beautiful," she whispered. "But remember, being Riley is not just about looks. It's about courage, too." I nodded, realizing she was right. Each step I took as Riley required bravery, a willingness to face exposure, judgment, and fear. The pivotal twist. The climax arrived unexpectedly. Emma, my longtime friend and secret rival for Lily's attention, had come to visit. I hadn't anticipated her. She saw me as Riley, standing in the soft glow of the apartment, and her eyes widened in shock. "Alex, or Riley?" she stammered, voice a mixture of disbelief and curiosity. My heart froze. Lily stepped forward, protective and calm. "It's okay. This is who Alex is. Or rather, Riley." Emma's gaze flickered between us, realization dawning. "You've been hiding this?" "Yes," I whispered, my voice trembling. I'm both." The room was thick with tension. Emma's expression softened slightly, but a spark of mischief or judgment lingered. I couldn't tell which. The stakes had never been higher. My secret was no longer safe, and the emotional tension between all three of us reached a boiling point. I felt exposed, vulnerable, and thrilled all at once. Every glance, every word from Emma, every touch from Lily amplified the intensity. Could I trust them both? Could I navigate this tangled web without losing myself or the people I cared about? I realized that the climax wasn't just about near discoveries in public or the fear of being seen. It was about vulnerability, trust, and the emotional risks of being fully known. Riley wasn't just a persona. She was a truth I had to protect, and sharing that truth was terrifying yet liberating. The apartment was eerily quiet after Emma's unexpected discovery. I stood frozen, Riley fully visible in the soft glow of the room, heart pounding like a drum. Lily's hand rested lightly on mine, a grounding touch, but it couldn't calm the storm of fear and excitement inside me. Emma's eyes scanned me, taking in every detail, the dress, the wig, the delicate makeup. Her expression was unreadable, a complex mix of shock, curiosity, and something softer I couldn't place. I don't even know what to say," she admitted, her voice trembling slightly. This is so unexpected." I swallowed hard, trying to steady my voice. "Emma, I'm still me, but Riley, she's part of me. I can't hide it anymore." Lily stepped closer, protective but calm. "It's okay. You don't have to judge him or her right now. Just understand." Emma's gaze flickered between the two of us. I need time. I don't know if I can process this yet." My pulse raced. The fragile balance I had built, my secret life, my intimacy with Lily, was teetering on the edge. One wrong word, one careless gesture, and it could all collapse. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. My heart leapt. Another visitor? A neighbor? Or something worse? "Who?" Emma whispered, uncertainty and fear lacing her voice. Moments later, a sharp, authoritative voice called out, "Open up. I know you're in there." Panic surged through me. Lily tightened her grip on my hand, her eyes locked on mine. "Stay calm. Whatever happens, you're safe with me," she said softly. I glanced at the mirror again. Riley's reflection stared back, delicate and exposed, a symbol of everything I had become and everything I feared losing. My heartbeat thundered in my chest as I realized how fragile this identity was, and how quickly it could be ripped away. The knocking grew louder. Emma stepped back, uncertainty flashing across her face. I could see her mind racing, trying to decide what to do, how to react. I didn't know what I would do. Should I reveal Riley fully to the intruder? Should I try to slip back into Alex? Or was it already too late? Every instinct screamed that my secret, my dual identity, was on the verge of being exposed. The room felt impossibly small, every second stretched into eternity. And then silence. A pause. The story ended there, suspended in tension, fear, and the raw thrill of secrecy. Alex/Riley's fate, Emma's reaction, and the unknown visitor's intentions remained unresolved, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats.